So we're here today and we're talking about dyslexia. We're interviewing a young man, Ian Solomon, who created the May project. And he's dyslexic and recently found out he's dyslexic, and how going for the diagnosis of dyslexia has really helped him to move one step further. So come on in. So Ian, thank you very much for inviting us here today.
Thank you for having me.
It's just been such a pleasure to come to this space where you work, which is awesome. I've just fallen in love with everything. I just wanted you to tell me a little bit more about why you started this project and who you are.
Okay.
And why we're here and what we're interviewing today.
So first and foremost, I never started the project. It wasn't my vision. It wasn't my idea. It was standing by Randy. Ever since, it's always been the people that come. They kind of take it on. They take the journey with me. So when Randy first started, he was doing gardening. Now Mona and Zara, the directors of the project, we've gone a bit more formal and we've gone a bit more business, we've gone more community. So ultimately it's not just me that set this up. It was kind of quite organically. It's quite organic the way the process happens in terms of how this project emerged and how it was formed, and it will continue to be organic in terms of how it grows.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What is the May project?
So the May Project Gardens, basically, it's the aim is to reconnect people to nature for personal, social, and economic transformation. Having a space like this, so the name May came out of my mum, who passed away 2005, and unbeknown to me, when Randy came, it became a thing of it was a healing tool for me. And I was just observing him like I did, just watching him in the garden, and after a while I started getting involved, and I was like, wow, this is really transformational for me. I was involved in a lot of music, I was involved in a lot of teaching, and I just came to a crossroads of dissatisfaction. I just felt limited in terms of the way I could teach. I felt like I didn't really belong in the music industry in terms of my nature. And working in the garden, understanding nature, just helped me to understand my place in society better.
Ian, you kind of came to us with dyslexia needs and support. Tell me a little bit about your dyslexic journey.
Well, I've always known, that there was just blocks, and I didn't know what the blocks were. I've always struggled with writing. I've struggled with communicating my ideas. I'm very innovative and creative. This project, for example, it's, I've always been kind of very good at kind of just seeing things in a different way. But how to express that was purely frustrating. I didn't know why. And this year in particular, last year, it came to a head where people were going, are you dyslexic? And I was like, dyslexia? And I was like, but it became so timely because I was doing a management course, and I've kind of avoided writing and doing essays and that sort of stuff because I'm rubbish at it. I struggle with it. And I was thinking there's something definitely wrong. And then people saying, are you dyslexic? And then people just literally just confirming it. People that were dyslexic, Mona, my colleague, she could say like, you're dyslexic. And other people were just saying you're definitely dyslexic. And I was like, let me go find out. Let me go check this out. Let me confirm it, because I knew there was a block. And when I did the first assessment with you, I was so relieved. I was so relieved because I didn't understand what was going on. But yet, I didn't let it stop me from being who I am and what I do. If you just look at this project as well, like I'm very much a person that's about experience. So I'm very much about experiential learning. You learn by doing. We live in a society where the world is focused on writing and reading. To get funding, you have to write. But that excludes 20% of the population. Straight away, you've removed, and you've got these amazing, innovative people that are doing great stuff in society. So why aren't we more present? Why aren't we creating systems? Why aren't we working in such a way that we're more included? It was so nice for you to say that I'm a genius, because all the time you're told in your life you're stupid, you're dumb, you're crazy. I remember, even instances up to a week ago, 2 weeks, where people still say that about me. And when that becomes your narrative, it has an effect on your self-confidence. They look at basically children when they're young and how when you identify dyslexia earlier, their chances of success in life are greater. Well, I'm in my 40s. Do you know what I mean? I've only discovered it in a couple of months. But yeah, my determination and my mindset has allowed me to persevere, in a way, and create models and styles of learning and styles of working which are much more favourable to me. You know, I always used to read comics because obviously I had difficulty reading, but I love comics. And I always relate superheroes to people with dyslexia, you know, because they're not seen as, they don't fit into the mainstream. So how do they survive? How do they go about their daily life? How do they do things? Well, they reinvent, they create, they change, they circumnavigate, they do all these things that are just a part of innovation. And innovation is the heart of human development.
Absolutely.
So to me, I see it in that context. I see it from a point of view of just like, yeah, dyslexia is a real asset. You know, don't focus on the weaknesses. I still do, because I'm new to it. I'm still kind of like, oh, I'm dyslexic. Oh, poor me. Oh, like, you know, I still, you know. But I also use it in a humorous way. When someone says something to me and I forget, I go, don't forget I'm dyslexic.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, because you know, you have to find ways to manage and cope.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, it's a massive strength. It's a massive strength. You're gonna bring stuff to the world that no one else is thinking. I go to places and I see things people don't even think about. They're like, what are you talking about? Then it happens 6 months later, I'm like, I told you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you have this skill, you have this gift. Really, really, really focus on your strength, not your weakness.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You are definitely gifted dyslexic.
Thank you so much.